Good morning, my friends. I'm Pastor Ben Hayes from First Baptist Church, Dadeville, Alabama, bringing you our thought for the day on this beautiful Wednesday God has given us. And what a great day it would be for you to join us in all that we've got going on here. 10 a.m., we got men's and women's Bible study that meet. 5 o'clock, family night supper. 5:45, the Adventure Club for young families. They have a great time together. 6 o'clock, prayer meeting and Bible study, handbell practice during that time, and 7 o'clock, choir practice. So a wonderful day today, and I hope that you'll come and join us. Now, remember, we're talking about the last days, and I'm so concerned because of what I see going on around us, especially in the wake of the shootings in Nashville this week. We see the news media and the liberals on the left really coming down hard on Christianity, blaming Christians in Tennessee for getting the drag queen ban in schools, and saying that's the reason why this young person did this. It's crazy to think that anybody would make excuses for a mentally ill person, but that's exactly what's going to happen as time passes. There are going to be reasons for the world to attack the church, to attack believers, and that's where persecution begins, and that's where it ramps up. But my overall concern, the reason I started this, is because of the alliances between foreign nations that the Bible describes as coming against Israel in the last days. And we'll talk about that as we go forward. But you remember how we started off? I told you about the passage in Amos where God said that the last days would be like a man who's fleeing from a lion. He escapes the lion, then he's attacked by the bear. He gets home and closes the door, and he's safe from the bear, and he leans his hand against the wall, and he's bitten by a snake. When these things start, they're going to happen fast. Jesus said, in fact, in Matthew chapter 24, he says, when you see this, let those who are in Judea flee to the mountains. Let him who's on the housetop not go down to take anything out of his house. And let him who is in the field not go back to get his clothes. Run for your lives, he's saying. And of course, in those days, it's going to be difficult for believers to hide. Good news is that I believe that before things get terribly bad, before the wrath of God is poured out on the earth, we're going to experience the rapture where the body of Christ believers are taken to be with him in the air. But understand something, that's not going to happen before things get rough. We're going to see some things happening. We're going to see persecution like we've never experienced in the United States of America before. And I think that's one of the reasons why we're going to experience a great downfall in this country and find ourselves judged by God before all of this takes place. And we'll talk about that as we move through it. I'm trying to give you the 30,000-foot view now, and we'll come back and we'll talk about specifics in just a little bit. But I told you yesterday the rapture is going to take place. Now, somewhere during this timeline, there's going to be a great battle. It's called the Battle of Gog and Magog. And I think this has to happen somewhere right before the rapture or immediately after the rapture, because this battle is going to be so massive that the weapons will be burning for 7 years. And I believe that the reason it has to happen at that particular point in time is because when the tribulation is over in 7 years, Jesus returns and the world is made new. So those weapons cannot be burning while that takes place. We'll talk about the Battle of Gog and Magog in more detail soon. Then the Antichrist will be revealed. Now, I think what's going to happen is this battle is going to take place. It's going to be a major world war. I don't think that the United States will be involved because I don't think we will be around to be involved, but this will be a war in which Russia and China and Iran and Kush, which is Libya, and some other countries will attack Israel, and God will supernaturally destroy them, destroy their armies as they attack. And I think the Antichrist is going to step in to bring peace and order into a world in chaos. Now that sounds good, doesn't it? And that's what he's going to do. He's going to come promising peace through this one world government that's going to ultimately develop this one world religion where Christianity will just be one of many religions, but probably least accepted because it will be a totally ecumenical religion, including Buddhism and Satan worship and those kinds of things. And you cannot put Christianity together with any other religion because Christianity says that there's one God. But the Antichrist is going to do that. He's going to establish peace. He's going to sign a peace treaty with Israel. And that's how we're going to know that he is the Antichrist, because he's going to establish a 7-year peace treaty with Israel. And that will begin, I think, the 7-year tribulation period where God pours out his wrath upon the world. We'll talk about that some more tomorrow, but I just want you to be aware that all of this is coming, and everything seems to be lining up in such a way that I believe it's going to be coming soon. I'm 60 years old, and I still believe that before I die, in my lifetime, all of this is going to take place. Am I the first preacher to say that? Absolutely not. Have others been wrong? Absolutely. Could I be wrong? Certainly. But I believe we need to be prepared. We need to be ready for what's coming. So think about that today. What can you do to be prepared? I'll see you back here tomorrow.